You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show.
Things for doing, and we are doing our final wrap-up of Dancing with the Stars season finale for AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm Rachel Zalis. I'm joined by my fabulous and gorgeous and lovely co-host, Jackie Miranne.
Yes,
Jackie.
and I am here calling in from New York because that's how much we needed to wrap up this huge finale, Rachel.
I know. Have you recovered from the party last night, Jax?
I really feel like a rock star. Going to a big party, hopping on a plane, heading back to New York. I love it. I love every second of it. I don't know if I'm recovered yet.
You should have hopped a ride on the jet with the winners.
I know. That would have been much more comfortable than my middle seat.
I know. Seriously. All right, so let's get to it. So last night, the big finale, Donald Driver! Winner!
Oh, my God.
So excited. I mean, I actually thought it was going to come down to Donald and William, so it was a little bit of a surprise to have it come down to Donald and Catherine. Once it came down to those two, I was 100% sure Donald was going to win.
Yeah, I really think that it's amazing how a great freestyle like he had to close out the show. I really think that's what took him over the edge. And I was shocked to hear William announced as the third runner-up or second runner-up. I just couldn't believe that. To me, that was one of the biggest shockers. But then I agree with you from there.
But the truth is, I have to say, Jackie, that I really believe that that Donald and Catherine were the strongest in, like, overall the dances, like showing their versatility, whereas I felt like William mastered, the Latin, the salsa, those kind of dances, but didn't excel quite as much in the ballroom.
Right. We talked about this a little bit actually yesterday, and I agree. I do think that his last, his last probably three or four dances that we watched on the show all kind of really looked the same. He didn't show as entertaining as it was and as good as he is at what he does in his wheelhouse. It didn't show a range of talent across the board, according to ballroom standards. So I do actually think it's fair. I do agree with you on that, Rachel.
Yeah. But the funniest thing is watching the final two, Catherine's face, I mean, it looked like she was going to throw up the entire time. I've never seen someone look so nervous in my entire life.
I have to say, there is nothing worse than Catherine's elimination faces. Every elimination night, every Tuesday night, she makes me nauseous and uncomfortable just watching her because she really looks like she's about to fall over on that dance floor. But I think the only face that trumped hers, and we all saw this, Rachel, was William's son's face when he was like child abuse, showing his son devastated that he was like bawling that his dad lost. I bet it was like the saddest moment of the show. It really was. We had so many standout dances, so many of our favorite cast members come back, which I know we're going to talk about a little bit quickly. But I really think of all the moments, I remember that moment with William's son, possibly more than any other last night. It was just so heart-wrenching. And for such a quiet press room, everyone reacted when we saw that. I know that for sure.
But then couple that with Donald Driver's daughter in his arms also bawling. Like, it was just like the comparison was so sad. One kid so devastated his dad lost, the other so like thrilled that her dad won, you know?
Yes, exactly. And, you know, we were in that ballroom right after it all came down, confetti and all, and how crazy was the energy in that ballroom. Even after, you still smelled the smoke, you still were slipping on confetti. I mean, the momentum and the craziness in that ballroom right after the show wrapped was insane. It was so crazy to be a part of it.
I was hoping to get a hug from Donald without his shirt on.
I know. You know, one of his family members. Go ahead.
In the finale, the three of them did a final dance. And I would say he already won it, I think, in the freestyle. I mean, that just sealed the deal. It was one of the best in the entire history of Dancing with the Stars. But, and the fact that they had to repeat it, all of us were sitting there, like, our breaths, like, in tight, hoping he was going to drop her on those lips. But
I know.
I think of the three dances that they had 24 hours to learn, he nailed it. The hottest, sexiest. I mean, it was amazing.
He nailed it. And I couldn't even believe, you know, we know the voting was done by then, but he's so driven that way. He really, when we say he peaked at the right time, he peaked until literally minutes before the mirror ball. With that last dance, he truly, at that point, really proved he deserved it. And so I don't think anybody can really be upset with, you know, any of the other fans out there for William or Catherine. You have to hand it to him. He really finished with the highest momentum of any of the three.
Yeah. The truth is, they really are all winners because William and Catherine had no fan base really in the States. I mean, he's Latin America, she's England and Europe, and the fact that now they're so popular here, like they were both winners. I mean, truthfully, on this show, it doesn't really seem that there's a huge difference once you've made it to the final three. You're pretty much in the whole 2-hour finale. You all go to New York and celebrate together. It's kind of like top three.
Exactly. And we were saying the only thing we had an issue with, right, Rachel, was if anybody else out there noticed this, definitely tweet us on this one. We were hoping for more attention and a little bit more division between the final two versus the final three. But you had William was called out, and then we saw his package. We didn't even see a package for poor Catherine, who was runner-up.
Playing all three of those packages throughout the show so that each one gets to go down memory lane. Like, I think we brought it up with the Sedona after the show, and she was like, you know what, you're right. It's a really good idea that they should, you know, run them all and have a little bit more of a separation with the final two. Maybe you and I, Jackie, could impact the actual content of the show.
I know. Well, we were hanging and drinking with the head producer of the show last night, so we had our moments to do it, right, Rachel?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think we had a couple too many cocktails to actually think about telling him what to do with the show. But
I know.
Let's remind our viewers, our audience, to download us on iTunes and YouTube, and they should rate us. Please rate us, comment on us, tell your friends about us.
Absolutely, guys. We bring you so much exclusive content. We only need you to spread the word for us. So do it on iTunes and YouTube. We so appreciate it, and we'll keep bringing you the superstars, including next week at the MTV Movie Awards Gift Suite, guys. We're going to be there live with some huge, huge special guests. So the more you rate us on iTunes, the more we can bring you those special guests. So very exciting.
Models, not dancers.
That's right. That's right. And Rachel will be there. And
yeah, it'll be great.
Go ahead.
I'm also so happy for Pizza because, well, first of all, we all fell in love with her this season. Not only is she drop dead gorgeous and the nicest person ever, but comes from the dance troupe. Last year she was eliminated first, and now she goes on to be the winner. And I think it's nice, you know, Cheryl and Mark each have, you know, 2 or 3 trophies each, so it's nice for someone who came from the troupe, you know, and really got to show her stuff and win it and spread the wealth.
Yes, absolutely. That's actually one of my favorite reasons why this couple should win, because I really do think Peta is a star. I really think that she is so talented. She's so gorgeous. You know, we see these dance troupe members, we see Sasha, we see Henry, everybody, it's their dream as dancers. Once you've made it on the American Dancing with the Stars, they all tell us this, right, Rach, at the party, that means you've made it. That's like the end of the road. You're where you want to be. So for Peta to come in and reach what she wanted to reach, and even to hear Donald, you can see our interview on the red carpet in the ballroom right after it was over. He was talking about winning it for Peta. Even he wanted to, it really sounded like he cared more about winning it for Peta than himself. And it's just so great to hear that. And I think she deserves it. With all that amazing choreography, she really does deserve it. Love her.
Yeah. Well, a really highlight for me of the night, too, was when Gladys Knight sang Way We Were. I thought that was a really special part that, like, gave, you know, those three each their moment to kind of, like, reflect on what they'd been through. I guess maybe that sort of is, like, the packages in a way. But having Gladys, who's such a legend, sing, well, the Barbra Streisand song, but it was just such a, like, a moment, and everyone was pretty teary over it.
I am so glad you brought that up, because that, to me, honestly, we watched Gladys, you know, battle the dance floor and own it with her grace and, you know, the legend that she is. But to hear her sing and to, you know, remind us of the legend that she is, honestly, you know, she was a little before my time, I have to say. But so to see truly what, you know, it reminds you when you see that, what a legend she is. And you felt the emotion all the way filtering through to where we were sitting outside the ballroom. Everyone was teary-eyed. Everyone was silent, just enjoying that moment.
I have a feeling, like, if they voted most popular, like, everyone would say Gladys. Like, everyone's always like, Gladys this, Gladys that. Like, they're all buzzed about Gladys. She did bring, like, such a positive energy.
Yeah, and she's such a legend. And to hear her speak about anything, even at the Billboard Music Awards just a few nights before, just to hear her anytime she speaks, anytime I even spoke with her on the carpet, anytime we've had her on, you soak it in from her. There's just this amazing legendary star quality, this iconic feeling you get when you're around her. I'm actually just so glad that we got a chance to be around her and to witness her, because she really is something special.
That's part of the fun of the finale is you get all the people that had been booted off get to come back. And, like, I think there were a few standout performances. I mean, come on. Sherry Shepherd, what a way to really start the show. It's raining men. I mean, she clearly loves the boys. They clearly love her. She's never looked better. I mean, she was smoking hot. She was having the best time. There was one moment in that dance where they all lifted her up and it was an aerial overhead shot where, I mean, I think she had died and gone to heaven. Like, that would be her definition of heaven.
Absolutely. If we thought Melissa Gilbert had it good with all the Schmirkovskys, Sherry got the Schmirkovsky, you know, club sandwich, double-decker sandwich. How many men? 6 men around her, grabbing all their butts, basically.
Yeah, that was pure indulgence, and that's what I loved about it.
Every second of it. And then there was indulgence with Jaleel White, which was a whole other level. But Sherry was, you know, even when Tom was joking about having to sedate her, I mean, her energy, the second it comes back in the ballroom, you realize what you were missing, right?
Oh, 100%. The funny thing about Jaleel is he tried to make this whole, I'm so cool and suave, and then he basically dropped Kim.
I know. How bad did you feel? But at least he wasn't getting judged.
Kind of backfired.
At least he wasn't getting judged, so I guess it was a good time to do it. But, yeah that was kind of a funny irony.
That's what's so nice about the finale is they all get to come back. Like, Gavin just looked like he could have been, like, smoking a cigarette while he was dancing. Like, he was just having a grand old time, not really caring, just enjoying being out there. And at the party, he was like, oh, it makes such a difference being able to go out there and no scores, just relaxing. He had his famous dirty shirt on that you and I always joke about.
Yes, and he had no problem partying on through the night. Rachel, I tell you, first of all, my dreams have come true because he sang me a full song from his new album on the carpet running up to the show wrap. And then to top it off, not only that, but he got up and sang at the after party, guys. He just got up and sang, let's get it on. I mean, how did that happen? It's just the most amazing thing ever.
Derek on the drums.
And Derek on the drums, and they even pulled Maria up on stage, and we actually I put it up I put up a little snippet on my YouTube channel, so definitely, and it's on my Twitter. You guys have to check it out. But Gavin had the best time of everybody last night.
Well, how many numbers of girls did he get? I think I counted alone about 20.
Oh my gosh. It was number after number. I just saw different women around him every single moment.
Yeah. They were definitely flocking to him. It was pretty unbelievable, and he was not pushing it away.
No, he was not.
His status from Dancing with the Stars. I love it. One last
good for him.
that we really loved on the show was Rashawn, who, you know, obviously is one of the most talented dancers when it comes to like breaking, hip hop, that kind of genre, and he really got to show it off in his freestyle. I'm glad he got to show off his dance, the freestyle, and Chelsea got to show off her DJ skills at the after party. It was great to see both of their youthful, like, you know, energy and spirits coming out.
Oh, so great. And it was, honestly, I think Rashawn, don't you feel like Rashawn could have choreographed that freestyle because it was just so Rashawn? I feel like
Rashawn did choreograph that freestyle. Like, I think he's more comfortable in that area than she is. Remember?
Absolutely.
Swag, she doesn't.
That's right. That's right. And so I'm so glad they got to do that. And I think it was another great performance. And, you know, speaking of freestyle, I wish Maria could have come and done her freestyle, even though she nailed her dance even better. I know we're going to talk about it. But I was dying to see that freestyle she was going to do. I really wish they would have allowed her to do hers as well.
Here's a scoop. Here's a little scoop. You will be able to see it. She's planning something quite extraordinary. So keep a lookout.
Ooh! That's an exclusive.
Yeah.
Where's that? I'm waiting for that exclusive music.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right.
And there might be a little bit of a Greek theme. That's just a little teaser.
Ooh.
Well,
I'm
so
happy you shared that, Rachel. That makes me feel good because I know it's going to be a good one.
And she went out really at the top. I mean, not only did her week leave #1, but last night she came back with a tango that was even stronger than her first, and that's hard to believe because her first one got the 30, you know?
Oh, yeah. I definitely, you know, I was saying this last night when we were relaxing a little bit, finally relaxing with a beer after it's all over. I really think that you couldn't have asked for a better appearance on a season of Dancing with the Stars. Even it's not always about winning a trophy. To have some of the biggest highlights, to have some of the best moments, to continuously grow and never have a down moment. I mean, you couldn't have asked for more. You couldn't have done more, and you couldn't have shown a better journey, no matter how, you know, it ended maybe a show or two short, you know. So proud of Maria and so happy for her.
Yeah, no, 100%. And one more thing at the after party, which was kind of cool, is Cowboy Troy performed, and Karina introduced him, and she said that she would love for him to be her next dance partner, which is kind of cool.
Yes,
and when we saw him perform up there on the stage, like, he could move his pelvic area for sure.
Oh, yeah, he could. And that's another person where I'm going to admit I was kind of like, who's Cowboy Troy? But he's maybe the next Katherine Jenkins or William Levy in the making, even though I do know he's well
because next one's the All-Star, so it'd have to be in 2 seasons.
That's true. That's true. So he's got a couple of seasons to work on his moves, but that was a little telltale sign there. I wonder if there's any truth to it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I didn't see Carrie Ann Inaba, but you said you saw her boogieing down at the party.
She was breaking it down, Rachel. I swear. I don't know what happened to her. I think she didn't last too long. But when I walked into that after party, she was the first person you noticed. She was up on the steps, kind of holding her own at a huge table, and she was almost like she was a dancer, like a cage girl or something. She was having the best time. I got to speak with her a little bit after the show. She, was so sweet, so gracious, and I think she really just enjoys what she does. I mean, who wouldn't? It's a great gig, and she gave a lot of credit. I actually worked with her stylist, Kit Scarbo, or Kit Pistol, as you know her from Project Runway. I was on her season of Project Runway. She's now Carrie Ann's and Bruno and Len's stylist on the show.
Project Runway is the stylist?
Yes. And she is...
Okay.
Yes, she is backstage there with them every week. I get to run into her here and there, and we're, of course, friends from the show. And when I mentioned it to Carrie Ann, she got so excited, and she gave Kit so much praise and said she's the bomb. She does everything for me, so she really was really kind in so many ways, and she was rocking it out. Definitely got the VIP party award for the first hour anyway.
But it was a little sad because the dance troupe guys all go back to Australia now.
I
don't
know.
think people realize that a lot of the guys in the dance troupe are the real dancers on the Australia version of Dancing with the Stars. And then they come here trying to get more known in the U.S. and they start out in the troupe. And then they told me they don't even find out until 2 weeks before the next season what their status is. I mean, that's crazy to operate that way.
Oh, my gosh, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. I didn't hear that one. But here's the thing, guys. If you like Henry or Sasha or anybody from the dance troupe and you want to see them on Dancing with the Stars, you really should tweet, put it on Facebook, put it out there because yes, that will definitely help them. And they are great guys. They're so talented, and they are all waiting for that shot to stay on Dancing with the Stars and come back. So definitely, if you like them, be sure to share it with the community out there on social media, guys, because we want to see them back, right, Rachel?
Yeah, they're so sweet. We love them. And Sasha and his girlfriend, who's also in the troupe, are so cute together. They were like hand in hand all night.
Oh, my God. So cute. I mean, they're just like a genuine, nice couple all around. Sasha and Emma, love them. I really hope good things happen for them in the coming seasons.
So cute. And so this morning I was watching a lot of post-show stuff, and Donald was on a bunch of shows, and he was joking around about how Emmett was pissed that Len said he's the best athlete that's been on the show. All the other they're all so up in arms over it.
That's so funny. And by the way, Emmett was there with his beautiful wife last night, and so I wonder, we should have asked him about that one.
Yeah, I know, right? I think that was awesome. Donald was really enjoying that whole thing about with Len being anointed the chosen one.
Yes. Oh my God. I really think he made everything he wanted to happen. That just shows his drive.
Yeah.
No pun intended. And he really made it happen.
Yeah. Well, I know you're thrilled. I'm thrilled. I mean, it was like I think everybody got what they wanted out of the show.
Absolutely. I really think it was truly, honestly, I really do think it was the best season of Dancing with the Stars all around. Everything, the way it happened, the cast, the fact that these were really just nice, good quality people. We didn't have much, drama, romance things going on, but it still was an exciting season because of the talent and the hard work they all put in, and that was great to watch.
We still never got our answer on PETA and Max.
That's true. We did not, and so we're gonna have to tweet on that one because Robin, right? Yeah. Robin, we checked in with Robin. She said he never answered her back, so we might have created a rift.
Maybe he changed from BlackBerry to iPhone because it was a BBM.
Oh, okay. So let's hope, right? We hope we didn't get Robin in trouble with Max.
I know. I really hope we didn't get her in trouble. That'd be pretty scary. So who would you want to see on the All-Stars?
Oh, God, that's such a tough one. Well, I think that somebody from this season has to be on All-Stars. I just think it's a must to continue the excitement of what was such a great season. Right. And I really think it could be anyone from Sherry to Maria to Catherine or William. I think it will either be someone in the finale or the standout eliminations in my mind were Sherry and Maria. So I think it's got to be one of those four. And then from there, we're hearing tons about Kate Gosselin, which Tony Dovolani will not be happy about.
Come on.
Yep. The word is, yep, they're trying to torture us. So that sounds like it's happening, and not that I don't think anybody's so excited about that one, but other than that, I think anybody really could be exciting,
There's one person who I felt left way too early. Do you remember Sabrina from the Cheetah Girls?
Yes.
Her and Mark were dating at the time, too. She was one of the better dancers, and she inexplicably got booted way too early, like 3 or 4 weeks before she should have. I would like to see people like that get the chance again.
Absolutely. And Mark actually mentioned her on the carpet. He's rooting for her. I think she's in the Vegas show at the moment. She was there promoting it this season. So that sounds like she's still kind of very connected in the community. And I think I totally agree, Rachel. I think that's going to be happening. And I think she totally deserves another shot. Yes, we will.
In the fall, we'll find out who's on the All-Stars.
Yes,
Jackie,
and we will be back.
Most amazing 3 months. Love doing this post-show, AfterBuzz TV, with you for Dancing with the Stars.
I couldn't agree more. I think if we didn't have as much fun as the stars, I don't know who did.
And, of course, we want to thank the lovely Robin Anton, too, who brought all of her pussycat dollishness with her.
Absolutely. And we were saying we love hosting together so much. We're going to figure out tons more excuses between now and All-Stars to get together again. But and also we can't not thank the pros.
One time will be when you and I perform in the Pussycat Dolls.
That's right. And we're hoping to do a live Vegas remote. Meow, meow.
Yeah.
And as well.
Together.
Yes, and maybe we can get some of the dance pros in on that too. And we have to thank every pro who sat down with us and co-hosted, from Anna to Tony to every cast member to Gavin for singing to us. Everybody was just so great to work with this season. Honestly, Rachel, I'm so glad we're reuniting at the Movie Awards next week. Otherwise, I don't know what I would do.
Me too. And thank you to Mixology, too, for hosting us.
Absolutely.
Every Monday night after the show. Super fun, and for giving us those incredible spicy drinks, which we made you drink.
I know. You guys are so bad.
Alcoholic. Robin and I are very proud of our baby.
Well, please tell everybody as we sign off that how I did have a few drinks at the party last night. Weren't you proud of me?
I'm a witness. So proud. Never been prouder. All right. Well, that about wraps it up.
Yes, it does.
Thanks, Jack. Love you. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Love you guys. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Jack. Are we doing the AfterBuzz you later?
That's right.
We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.